And hello, I'm James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James, and welcome to Lighting the Way with Granny Rocks and Raps and Rocks. Granny Raps and She Rocks. There you go.
Well, it's really hot here, so I'm not doing that much rocking, but I'm going to try. And I have something that I really want to talk to you about tonight, notwithstanding the heat and all of that. So, it is the name of the show tonight is Endurance, Acceptance, Allowance, Turning Weakness into Strength, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is that I called the show. And I want you to make sure that you feel free to comment if you're on Facebook, or use the live chat if you're on YouTube, because we are broadcasting live to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And by the way, we have just reached a new plateau on YouTube of 3,000 subscribers. We have over 10,000 on Facebook. So you are not alone if you like this show. All right, so here's why I want to talk about this. Because all of us face things or we think we can't, or it feels like we can't, or we haven't been able to up to this point. And so we're faced with how are we going to react to that? And here's the problem, one of the many problems. It's not just that we don't like whatever it is happening that causes us pain. Beth, your volume seems low.
But the piano is fine. I wonder, is your device fully lit up?
Okay, now I should be better. Okay.
James
Thank
sounds okay.
you,
And now,
Amy and Tracy.
oh, she said James' mic. Amy said
Okay.
James' mic.
All right.
Tracy, I think we are hearing you through James's mic.
Okay, you should be hearing me through my own mic now. So anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
We
and
get a little help from our
that's
fans and our
right.
friends.
And Elizabeth
Amy
says hello.
much better.
And Elizabeth says hello.
And Elizabeth says hello.
And
sends a heart
Tracy
of
saying
love
now
and
it's
a
for
big
well,
wave.
thank you for
Yes,
all the
hello,
support.
hello.
So I
We
know
appreciate
you're
it.
with us, and so I can't do anything about the heat, and it's like, oh my God, I can't handle heat.
So are you going to endure? Are you going to allow?
Or am I going to
Or are you
accept?
gonna
Well,
accept?
here's the thing that I'm trying to get to. What I'm trying to say is that there is an issue beyond the fact that we don't like the thing itself, and that it makes us feel weak, that we can't do anything about it. Now, you tell me that you don't feel weak when you can't change something where you think you should be able to.
Yeah, I feel weak at that time.
I do too. So here are three options we have, all of which can make us feel weak or can make us feel strong. And I'm going to show you how to turn that around. And for those of you who didn't hear the name of this show, because I was talking with my microphone off, it's Endurance, Acceptance, Allowance, Turning Weakness into Strength. Okay.
And by the way, Amy says absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Amy.
Yay. Woo. Okay. So this is the problem, is that when we can't change something and we really think it's wrong or bad or that we don't like it or whatever it is, we turn against ourselves and we have judgments about ourselves. So we're not only, struggling with the whatever, but we're struggling with our judgments about ourselves, and that always makes us feel lousy. So I was thinking about this. I thought about the 3 ways that we know to deal with things we cannot change. One is to endure, the second is to accept, and the third to allow. Now, I bet you think that I'm going to say one of them is right and the other is wrong.
Yeah, endure has a kind of a negative connotation.
Well, I'm going to tell you that they can all be right and they can all be wrong.
Oh no! What are we to do?
So let me explain it and explain why. Okay. So let's first of all talk about endurance. As you said, James, it sounds like I'm on the rack and I am enduring it. And you know, there are times when things really feel like that. I mean, people are dealing with 130-degree temperatures. I mean, and have no air conditioning, or are working outside, or have no. Well, they are trying to endure this, or they endure cold, or they endure abuse, or you endure the dentist and the drill from the dentist, or you endure your illness, or you endure the issues from your old age. And we have another comment.
Oh, Robbie says, hello, namaste. I'm watching from Kathmandu.
Hello.
Thank you. Great to
Hello,
have you with
Robbie.
us.
I hope your weather is okay. So, anyway, yes. So endurance, yeah, that's something like, oh, it's really painful and I just have to live through this. Now, it makes us feel like defeated. You know, that's just like put upon, tortured, defeated. That's the way it feels. It's like, oh, I have to endure this. Now, we all know that if we tense up, it's going to be worse, right? You go to the dentist, you get tense, your muscles get tense, and the pain is going to be worse. So that's something that we know about pain, that if we can relax into it a little bit more, then it may not be as painful it is if we're resisting it and we're struggling with it. So, okay, so you say, okay, well, I'm going to endure this pain. Now, what are we missing when we feel defeated by this?
Are we missing the positive side of it?
We are missing the strength.
The strength.
Now, if somebody says to you, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to be doing my endurance exercises. Oh yeah, what would endurance exercise be?
Oh yeah, like walking the treadmill for a long time.
Walking the treadmill, that's endurance. What about lifting weights?
Yeah, that too.
That's endurance. Now you tell that guy who's lifting 250 pounds or 35 pounds or whatever he can lift, or I can lift 1 if I'm lucky. All right, I'm doing my endurance training here. You tell me that that's a sign of weakness. No, I don't think of it that way. I've got my pride about it, that I am enduring this. Well, let me tell you something, baby. When you endure emotional things and even abuse, if you really can't change it, because of course, if you can change it, you should be busily trying to figure out what to do about it, right? But even if it's just at the moment, okay, I know I'm going to be able to change this later, but right now I have to just endure it. You are enduring something that is extremely painful. That takes strength, inner strength. Yay! Yay for you. So I want you to...
enduring a difficult relationship takes strength.
Oh, it does. It does.
Or foolishness.
Well, so I want you to be thinking about this right now. It's like, okay, is there anything in your life that you are enduring that you have been feeling weak about, that maybe you could turn that idea around and say, wow, look at my endurance. Look at what I am dealing with and putting up with and keeping my spirits up anyway, and working and trying to make things better for me or for the world. So now I want you to say, I am enduring that, and that makes me so strong. That is a sign of my strength. Okay, now the second one, I have to look at the cheat sheet to remember. Oh, acceptance. Well, what's wrong with acceptance? You could say, well, acceptance is great. Isn't that what the spiritual teachers tell you, that you should be accepting and accept and accept? What's wrong with that? And what's right with it? Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute, but first I'm going to play for a minute because I want you to think about it. Here's the problem with acceptance. Acceptance feels to me like you take something into yourself. I accept. You said that I was a louse. I accept. See, I'm taking it in. Oh, you've been calling me stupid all my life. I accept that. So, because acceptance is when you take something in, right? I don't want to accept that I'm a louse or that I'm stupid or, all right.
Oh, Amy says, I've been enduring the slow process of getting my water-damaged condo. I can feel like the victim of it, or instead, as you say, that I'm strong enough to just go with the flow. No problem.
Very cute. That is a very good example, Amy, of turning endurance into a strength. So now, that's very good. I'm glad you gave us that example. So now, so I'm talking about next, of course I realize that it takes a little time for your comment to get through, is now I'm talking about acceptance, and I want you to think about that too. Acceptance always, to me, has the connotation of I take this into myself. I accept your invitation. I accept your gift. I accept your offer. You don't endure the offer. You accept it like, woo, whoopee-doo. Well, maybe I don't want to accept it.
But what if you accept abuse?
You should never accept abuse. It's the same thing.
Then it's like resignation.
Well, so how can we turn acceptance around? How do we say no? The only time we should accept something, and James, you're the one who gave me this idea today. It was a very good idea. James' volume is too low. You need to eat your microphone.
Okay, I'll eat my microphone. My ice cream cone, right
Okay,
here.
so acceptance should mean that we accept responsibility for the things that we have done, that we should take in. You see?
Oh no, there goes denial.
There, right. Sailing, sailing. Okay, so denial is floating down denial. And so acceptance, we should accept what is ours to accept. So I've been upset because we will have in 3 days lost $5,000 because of a decision that we made. Okay, and so I feel weak because I can't stop it. They're going to take the money. There's nothing we can do about it. We try to do something about it. They didn't do it. So I said, like, oh, God, well, guess I have to accept it. But, it's like, oh. So how do we turn around? So it goes back to what James said. We decided to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to move here. We decided to do this. We decided to get married.
Mm-hmm.
We decided. And we should accept responsibility for the things that we decided to do. We're not a victim, as Amy mentioned. On the contrary, if I am wrong and you tell me I am wrong, I should accept that because it's true. So now we're talking about acceptance when I'm responsible. Ooh, another comment.
Blanquita says, hello, Beth and James, and sends a couple of hearts of love. Muchas
Hello.
gracias.
Hola, Blanquita. Bienvenida.
By the way, we have 2 viewers tonight watching from Ecuador.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Blanquita and who? Oh, they haven't announced themselves, we can't say.
That's
But
right.
whoever you are who is also from Ecuador, you're welcome. Well, oh, yes. Well, everyone is welcome wherever they're from, but I love seeing people from around the world. So, accept what you should accept. Accept what is true about you. Accept what you are responsible for. Those are the things. Now, if you accept that, does that make you weak?
No.
No, that's only in your head.
You're being strong.
Exactly.
You're taking responsibility
Exactly.
for what you're taking in.
Exactly. So we're going from the ego gets angry. Oh no. Oh no.
Wah,
Nah.
wah, wah.
I don't like that. I'm a victim. Something went wrong, So it's so awesome when you accept the truth. That does not make you weak. It makes you strong. It is the strongest, the way for you to become the strongest is don't accept it if it's not true and accept it if it is. Take it in. Learn something. And if you're responsible for it, yes, accept that truth. That is another truth. I made that choice. So in a way, it's all about accepting the truth, right? Because I am taking responsibility for the fact that I made that choice. I take a job, I don't like it, it turns out it's lousy, and but I took that job and I didn't investigate it, or I suspected something was wrong and I didn't want, or I was greedy, or I didn't want to listen
Or you
to
bought
someone.
a product and you regretted it later and
Right.
you hadn't fully investigated it.
Oh, that's right.
Or you bought a home.
Right,
you
and now
didn't
you're
fully
stuck, right?
investigate
Oh, my
Right.
goodness. Yes, don't we all? Okay. So there's no reason to feel weak about that. Now, the last one is allowance.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what do I mean by allowance? It means you're not accepting it, you're not taking it in. You're not enduring it like, oh, it's the most painful thing on the planet. But you are allowing the reality to be what it is. Whoa! Now, I don't want that. I don't want to allow. I want it to be different. Don't we all want reality to be different? I want it to be so. We have a platform in our program called Living with Reality. The program is called Living with Reality. And the book is called Living with Reality. And it is a free download on our website, healingartsnetwork.org, which is in the
Post.
description of the post. And in it, there is the third platform, the third step. It's like a step program, 9 steps, 9 platforms. The third platform is co-creation. We co-create with the universe in a subtle dance of intention and allowance. Now, some people will mistakenly tell you that it's you create reality. If I created reality, there would be no cockroaches. I mean, that it's just silly, you know what I mean? But we do have a part in the co-creation of anything. So it's a very long chapter, and it's all free, and you're welcome to read it. It's a really great description of why things happen the way they do, and how what happens is the co-creation of all those intentions. It's like what happens is what's like at the intersection of everyone's intention. And I, give an example of, let's say I'm going full speed ahead forward, and then there's a truck coming at me full speed ahead, coming in the exact opposite direction. We're both going to stop. However, the truck is going to be pushing me further because that truck is stronger. So if bigger, so if you have equal intentions, you will just stop each other in your tracks. If one intention is stronger, you are going to be moved by that intention. If someone's intention comes at you from the side, like a side swipe, you're going to be thrown off your course, and so on. It's like you look at how intentions interact with one another. So if I want to go, let's say I intend to go to a rally, and you intend to go to a baseball game, and we've decided we're going together. Where are we going? We may end up going nowhere. Or it depends on whose intention is stronger. Or maybe we can make a detour. Maybe we can do it somehow differently. So this is what happens now. When you feel powerless in the world, that's because, honey, you do not create reality. So let's say you're going for a job and you really, really, really want that job, and you're really intending to get that job, and you're psyching yourself up into, I'm going to get that job, and I visualize myself getting that job and all that stuff, right? And the boss has a niece who's moving into town who wants that job, and this is his favorite sister's daughter. Well, the hell with your intention. It'll probably go to the niece. Even if the niece doesn't even want the job. It may be the niece's mother who wants her to have the job. So, you see what I'm saying? Things have to line up. And so intention is what we intend, what we want, and it's important that we get very clear about our intention, and that we're not confused about our intention, and that we're not conflicted about our intention. But what happens is not determined by our intention. It's determined by intention and allowance of all the other intentions. And let's say the boss really does want me, and he says to his sister, I'm not going to hire your daughter because she sucks, right? And then all of a sudden the boss discovers he has no budget and he can't hire you anyway.
Right.
Right? So that doesn't even depend on him. It may depend on who else is in the market, or what else is going on in the economy. And suddenly, oh yeah, we're intending to sell our house and we're very serious about it, but you can't get a mortgage, or the other people can't sell their house. So our intention is clear, we want to move, but if other people can't sell their house and can't pay for ours, then nobody moves, right? It's so, what I mean by allowance is that you have to accept that what happens is not in your hands alone. It's only partially. And so allowance is how we can say, all right, this is what the universe is going to dictate. And I may get lucky, I may not get lucky. So now, how can I feel strong about allowance? Well, the first thing I can do is stop blaming myself for things not happening. A lot of people were mistakenly swept away by something called the secret or manifestation consciousness or something. They take a piece of the truth, which is your intention is really important, and you can attract certain things, but it's only a piece because we co-create with the universe. So if we allow, we stop blaming ourselves for things that are not in our hands. Yes, I am aging. Certain things are happening to my body or to my mind. Now, if I intend to be healthy, I'm going to eat well, I'm going to sleep well, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do all these things. But I have a certain gene in me that is going to turn on just because it's going to turn on because it's genetic, or there's something else that's going on, or I fell when I was walking, I tripped, and that I broke my femur. And see, all of a sudden, no matter how much you're intending, you have to allow for the fact that things are going to happen that you cannot control. We have another.
Oh, yes. Amy says, for me, the strength of allowance is the feeling of peace instead of upset.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at. That you can stop blaming yourself and stop thinking you did something wrong. Now, you examined yourself, right? And said, see whether you sabotaged yourself or you really made a good try. And if you did, you go to what Amy is talking about. I feel peace because I did everything I could for this to happen. I raised my child with certain values. I gave them an education. I sent them to summer camp. But everything went wrong, right? And no matter what I did, I could not help that child for whatever reason. But I intended, I did the best I could. I have peace. And now I have to be in allowance. Now, once you're in allowance, it doesn't mean you do nothing. You may get very active. You may try to get that child straightened out, or whatever it is. You try to bring your mother into a better nursing home, and you find out that they dropped her from the table, even though you thought it was a great one. You do the best you can, but you have to allow what's going to happen is that the universe is going to determine your fate to a very large degree outside of what you propose. And you have to be good with your intention. You have to be clear about your intention. You have to work for your intention. And then you have to be at peace with what it is, because that is where the strength comes.
Oh, and Amy says, right, the feeling of peace from allowance opens the opportunity to relax and see other possibilities.
And that's perfect, because there again is the strength. When we're fighting and we're angry and we feel depressed and we feel weak and we feel there's something wrong with us because things are not happening, then we are not open to opportunities, because all of our energy is being tied up in anger or despair, and we feel weak. We are not going to move forward when we feel weak.
No.
So our time is about up. Let me say, leave your comments if you haven't done so already, and give this a like or a love on Facebook, and give it a thumbs up on YouTube. It really makes a difference. When you give it a thumbs up, YouTube says, oh, these people exist, and subscribe to our channel and click on the notification button so you'll be notified when we're live. And same thing on Facebook. Follow our programs. Follow our not our channel, our page, our Facebook page, and comment and share these programs with people who really need to hear them, because we are not the only ones who are stuck in this. So I want to remind you, that tomorrow night, Thursday night, we are going to be playing magical improvs with the Kindred Spirits Band. That's James and me. And, that's always fun and a wonderful time. That's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we will be right back here next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, or at least that is our intention. And as you knew, we have had internet problems or other kind of technical issues, and sometimes we have had to be in allowance. But we're not turning against ourselves. And I hope that this program is going to help you to get more relaxed into the process of living, and realize that we can't control everything, but feel pride in how much strength we have to endure. Accept what is true and allow what is not completely in our hands while we are still exercising our intention and turn around these negative feelings about the fact that we can't change everything or sometimes anything, and give ourselves a hug and give ourselves a hug just for being awake consciously and trying to help others to awaken as well.
Yes, indeed.
So, shall we say bye-bye?
Thanks for coming. Great to have you with us. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thanks for all the wonderful comments.
Yes.
All right. Bye. And thank